Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is FlossTube number 16 and this is my update for February 2022. Did you see it? Did you see my new branding? If you didn't watch my last video, I did mention that I am going through a rebrand on my channel. I had a photo shoot with my friend Simon and those are the photos that he gave me from that photo shoot and I'm really pleased with them. As you can see, we kind of did a few different like costume and set and stuff and I think he did a great job taking the photos and editing them, so thank you very much to Simon on that one. So I've got a brand new intro video which you just saw, brand new thumbnail which you hopefully saw when you clicked on this video, and a brand new end screen as well, YouTube banner on my channel page. So yeah, we've just gone for a completely new rebrand, so I hope that everything will be a lot easier to read and yeah, and that it's quite cohesive and consistent. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. I ended up buying the templates from Etsy and when I saw that one I thought that it was just perfect for me. I love the stars, I think that they're quite cute, but then the rest of it is quite minimal. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. I feel like we've just like dove straight into this video, like just starting off with the branding. I have got a couple of life updates to share with you, but I do feel that although I don't really get political on this channel usually, I don't feel comfortable just kind of not even acknowledging what's going on in the Ukraine right now. If there is anybody who is watching this from the Ukraine, I just want to say that I am with you. I think it's awful what's going on right now and I just want to kind of voice my support. You're in my thoughts and I'm just kind of sending positivity out to anybody that's been affected by this, any innocent person, and that is in the Ukraine or in Russia, because from what I can tell a lot of Russian people don't want this to happen. I really hope that the situation is ironed out and that there is a solution soon and that it doesn't escalate anymore. So other life updates that I've had this month, Mark and I went to Oxford earlier on this month at the beginning and we had a lovely time. I realised yesterday that I made a mistake and did not take any photos. Usually I like to share the places that we went and share some photos on here, but unfortunately I didn't take any, so I'll just tell you about it. We were away Saturday to Monday, so we only kind of had one full day there and that was the Sunday. On the way down we went to somewhere called Bicester Village, which is an outlet village here in the UK. So it has tons of designer brands that are at a less price, small price. I say small price because I mean if you take 50% off £800 it's still like £400, which is way out of my price range, but we did buy like the cheapest things there, so I ended up just getting a t-shirt from Under Armour and Mark treated himself to some Vans, but yeah, it was a really nice place. I think it's nice just to go because the village is just really cute. I would love to go at Christmas, like I feel like that having all like the Christmas lights up and everything would look really cute. So we did that on the way down, and then on the Sunday we had a wander around Oxford. We went to a few of the museums. What else did we do? We were quite limited because we went on a Sunday, so everything closes a little bit earlier and it was a bit rainy, so I don't know about you, but when it is like that I just kind of am like, can we just go inside somewhere? But we still had a really lovely time and then we came home on the Sunday, so yeah, it was just really nice just to get away for a while and have a bit of a break. Something else that I have done this month has been to prepare for my sal. So if you didn't watch my last video or if you weren't aware, I am co-hosting my very first stitch along starting next month. We're going to be stitching Hello Sunshine and I am co-hosting it with Sian from Craftivating Creations. So I've now prepped, I've got all of my items which I'll talk to you a little bit about in haul, but we've set up a group on Instagram and we've got a really good bunch in there. We've already started chatting about what fabrics we're going to use and just stitching in general. So it is just really nice to have that more one-to-one conversations with people. So yeah, if you fancy giving it a go, if you want to stitch on Hello Sunshine as well, there is plenty of time to join. I mean, obviously you can join whenever, we're not saying there's a cut-off date. But yeah, if you do want to join, let me know. Like I say, it's really, really nice in the Instagram group, so you're more than welcome to join us if you would like to. I do also feel like I should say that I copied the idea of an Instagram group from the Sal Queens, Emma X Stitching and Jo from Belushi Stitchers. Because I've been in one of their, a couple of their groups before, and they are so fun. Like, it is really nice just chatting to people about what you're up to and how you're getting on stitching that one pattern. So I want to give full credit to them because it was not my idea, it was their idea. Okie dokie, so let's get on to some stitching. I have done a couple of fully finished objects this month. I spoke about them, maybe it was last video, when I was talking about my goals for 2022 and how I'm just wanting to learn how to fully finish things in different ways. So I went out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I have two FFOs to show you. So the first one is this pattern here. This is Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost, and it is by Stitchrovia, aka Emma Congdon. And I finished this one in my last video, and then I fully finished it this month. And it is just a simple hoop finish, but I'm really, really happy with how it's turned out. I think that that sort of finish really suits the pattern. And then I'm really pleased with how the back has come out as well, because this was the part that I wanted to practice, because I think this would have been my third hoop finish that I've done, and in the past the stitching along here hasn't been very neat, but I am really, really pleased. I think that's about as neat as I'm gonna get it. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with how that's turned out. And I've got one more hoop finish to practice as well, because I've bought another hoop for one of my other finishes, which is my only finish that hasn't been fully finished. So once I've done that, then everything will be fully finished. And yeah, I'm super duper happy with it. This was stitched on a 28 count even weave called Cloudstone, and I did the stitches 3/2. My other fully finished object, I'm also super happy with how that's turned out, and it does tick off one of my goals for 2022, and I'll show you. Let's get it. So we have my cushion here. I feel like it needed ironing. I should have ironed it before bringing it on camera. This is a piece that I finished back in January 2021, so it's been finished for a year, but I just needed to fully finish it. And I did decide last year that I was gonna make it into a cushion. First of all, I didn't have a sewing machine, and then I just didn't have the confidence, but I said to myself this year, right, I'm gonna go for it. And I am really, really happy that I did. So we've got, the front is Afternoon Nap, and this is a pattern from Bothy Threads, and it is designed by Rendale Designs. I really love this pattern. As soon as I saw it, I knew that I wanted to do a Rendale design, and then when I saw it, I was like, that's the one. This is the one that I'm going to be stitching. And on the back, this is the fabric that I decided to use. And I'm really, really pleased with it. I decided to go for a navy fabric because it's going in our office, and one of the walls at the back is like a dark blue, navy blue kind of colour. So we wanted something that would go in the room. And then yeah, I also wanted to finish this into a cushion. So 2 birds, 1 stone. But yeah, I did it as like, I think they call it an envelope finish. I don't know, an envelope cushion cover. So I kind of can open it up here, and that's where I put my cushion in. I want to show you my stitching because I'm actually really, really pleased with it. Oh, you can see it a bit there, look. I thought that that side was really neat. On the lower part isn't as neat. So I thought, oh, that can go on the bottom layer, it's fine. But yeah, I am super duper pleased with that. So chuffed with how it's turned out. I think my stitching on the sides is quite neat as well. So yeah, I'm getting some practice in. Like I say, getting out of my comfort zone a bit, but I think it's paying off. Making things that I'm really happy with. Next we will move on to our whips, which stands for works in progress. The first one that I have to show you is one that I haven't worked on in a really long time. I think I had a look and I believe it was April last year when I last worked on this piece, and it is Sailor Moon Staff. This is a pattern by Cross Stitch Lair. She is also known as Nerdy Cross Stitch Art, I believe, on Instagram. Her name's Sarah and she does all these kind of different nerdy patterns, so I really love this Sailor Moon one. And this fabric is from Claire Brown X Stitch, and when I first saw it I just really loved it and thought that this pattern would look really nice on it, just all the pastel colours, which I love. I believe when I last stitched this, or when I last showed it, sorry, I had done a little bit up here on this kind of spike of the star there, but that wasn't fully completed, so I've completed that now and I've started filling in the moon here as well. I don't have a lot left on this, so it is just this part of the moon here that's left. You can probably tell that, I mean, this was one of my early patterns that I chose to stitch, so I started this back in 2020, July 2020 I believe it was. And yeah, I did make a bit of a mistake when it came to how big the fabric was going to be, but I don't mind too much. I'll work with it. It's not one that's going to be displayed, so I'll try and just stick it to some poster board and I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish this one. This is also linked to my goals for 2022 because I want to get this finished. It's one of my oldest whips, so we're making progress. We are on our way to achieving that goal. The next whip that I have is also another one that I am hoping to get finished this year, and also another one that I started in 2020, hence why I want to get it finished this year, and that is Fellowship of the Ring by Luton Pattern. I believe I showed this in my last video and I'm trying to remember where it was. I think that I was kind of done up here, so I'm doing this in is diagonals, and I think that I just kind of started Gimli up here, so I finished him, finished Mary or Pippin, I'm not sure which one it is, and we've also started Legolas over here. I did talk about in that video how I wanted to try stitching it in a different way, similar to how Silver Bunny Stitches does, and she shows that on her Instagram. And that is by doing the fractional stitches first and just doing the outline over the silhouettes. And I did find that it was really enjoyable. It made it so that when I go in my pattern, so when I do each square, so when I go to do this square, it makes it so much more enjoyable because all I've got to do is fill in that black with 4 crosses. And then I will just kind of have to look at the edges here for the fractional stitches, but it just is a lot less to think about, so I do really enjoy it. I think when it comes to a time perspective, it doesn't really save any time, because obviously I took that time out to put those fractional stitches in, but generally it just made the whole thing a lot more enjoyable. I didn't particularly hate just putting in the fractional stitches on their own, that it was fine. And then yeah, I really enjoyed coming back and just filling it in once that outline is there. So I think I am probably going to continue it for the last 2 members of the Fellowship. So we've just got Frodo to go here, and then there'll be Gandalf over here. Once I finish that, there is a tiny bit of back stitch, so there's a little bit on Gimli's axe up here so that he's not just got like a floating axe. And I believe that there's a little bit on Legolas as well. I think it's his bow. That is done with back stitching. But yeah, we're on our way, we're getting there. It feels like I'm right near the end now. I base it on like how many trips I do, so going diagonal along here and then up here. So I feel like I'm nearly at the end here. I've only got like 2 more diagonal trips to go, and then we'll be closing in and this will be getting smaller and smaller. So I'm so excited. I can't wait for this one to be finished now. Especially because so this is one of 2 full coverage pieces that I'm working on. This is my first full coverage, and I've said to myself that once I've finished this, that's when I'm then going to go on and start my first Heaven and Earth designs. More on that later. But yeah, I'm so excited to start that one and to finish this one, so yeah, I do really love full coverage, but just because it takes so long, I think that I need to do other things as well to give a bit of variety. And the last whip that I have got to show you is actually a new start, and I actually have a clip from past Beth from when I started it. So I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to be starting what I called a friendship sal, but I've since been informed from my comments, so thank you so much if you commented this, that the term for it is a round robin. So me and 2 of my friends are going to be doing a round robin. I'm probably still going to call it friendship sal just because I'm a bit lame like that. So yeah, so we've started a round robin, and we are basically we've split up a pattern into 3 sections, and we are each going to be stitching one of those parts on each other's work. I feel like my explanations are getting worse every time I explain it. So yeah, I will start on mine, stitch a part, give it to someone else, they'll stitch the second part, we give it to the last person, they'll stitch the last part, and I'm doing the same for them as well. So all 3 of us get to keep something at the end, and all 3 of us get to stitch the whole pattern, but it's just on each other's. I hope that makes sense. So I did have the girls round last weekend and we started this sal then, so I will let the past versions of us tell you all about it. Hi, it's past Beth.
Past Sian.
Past Alice.
So we just wanted to film a little clip just to show you guys that we are starting our friendship sal. So we have got our fabric
really
ready.
manly. She's talking, girl.
We've got our fabric ready and we have our matching needle minders too. The pattern we've chosen to stitch is by Emma Congdon, and it's, what's it called? Good Friends.
I can look it up.
Good Friends.
The race.
Good. I'll show a picture over goose face.
Good friends are like stars.
Good Friends are like stars. That's what it's called.
I won.
Christ. So as you can see, we've not really started yet. I have put 1 stitch in.
What would you
One cheeky stitch.
You started without me?
Sorry. But we thought that we would just give you...
Anyone want a cuppa? The kettle's on.
This is not funny. So we're going to make a start. We've divided the pattern up into 3 different sections, and we're going to start on the middle section tonight. So we haven't got very far yet, but we will show you how we are in a bit. Hello. Okay, so it's the next day now. We have completed the first part of the stitch along. And I'll give you a close up. This is what mine looks like. We have found that this fabric has been pretty difficult to stitch on, especially in the dark. So it's a, is it 32 count?
Yeah.
Even weave, and it's from Lilo X Stitch, and it has got some sparkles in it, so I hope that's picking up on the camera. And it is a lovely fabric, it's a lovely colour, but we literally just cannot see anything. We're all like holding it up to the TV and watching TV through it so that we can see where the holes are to actually put the stitches in. But it's not too bad, is it?
No, I think we've got the hang of it now.
Yeah.
I'm just starting. Mine looks completely different to everybody else's. I can't backstitch.
We're all putting our own spin on it. So
They all look the same.
So we all have matching needle minders too. So these needle minders were what Alice bought us for Christmas. So I've got Bubbles. I have Buttercup.
Oh.
God bless them. So now we're gonna do the switch. So how do you want to do it? Do you want to go 1 to the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the right.
You're the right.
Oh, right.
So we'll pass that on.
Okay, thank you.
And I've got Alice's. So now we're all gonna like keep the same needle minders on them as well, so that we always know whose is whose.
Oh no, your back's really neat.
You gotta keep it neat.
Oh, that's Beth. Oh yeah, Beth's back.
Oh no.
But you're talking about mine. I was like,
Oh
mine
no.
looks the same as yours.
Like
can I show your bag?
Yeah.
Look how neat that is. And then look at mine.
Oh, my.
Like, I'm a messy stitcher.
You stitch differently.
I feel like I have got to like do that just to add my flair to it. And oh, look at that face. You're just like, what?
No, just do it however you do it. That's the fun of it.
Okay.
That's the beauty of us doing it together.
Exactly. We've decided that part 2 is going to be the part underneath. We did decide that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
So,
I
yeah.
think the top bit is the hardest.
Yes.
So save that to last. So we can cry while we're stitching it. Okay.
So now we're probably going to carry on stitching for the rest of tonight. But
Oh my god, I burped again on camera.
and again, it's just like an attack. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That happened last time.
Yeah. It just comes out.
Is it a nervous?
I think it's a
burp?
nervous burp.
Create a compilation of these and the reactions.
Yeah, so we don't think that anyway, we don't think that we're gonna finish the next part now. So this is the end of our clips that we'll show you today. But we will head back to future Beth and she will let you know how far I got on Alice's piece. That was chaos. I don't know how I edited that into anything because it was very chaotic, but it was so fun. We had such a good laugh. I have included some outtakes at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around for those. It does include our debut single because we have written a song about cross stitch, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, thank you so much to Alice and to Gushan for coming onto my channel. Like I say, we had such a good laugh filming those clips and having our little stitchy sleepover. But I will now show you where I've got up to on this whip. So like past Beth said, I have now got Alice's version, hence why we've got the blossom. By the way, if anybody isn't aware of what these are from, it's from a show called Powerpuff Girls that was a cartoon that we used to watch back in the 90s. I feel like I didn't explain that very well, just in case you don't know, but you probably do. But anyway, this is how far I've gotten, and I have actually finished part 2, so that you don't always see them to know they, and those 2 hearts there is what Alice stitched, and then are there and all of that back stitching is what I have done since then. I still had a bit of a nightmare with this fabric, but I did actually get a really good tip. So it was from, I mentioned earlier, the Hello Sunshine group that we've created. It was Mel Rouvray on Instagram. I mentioned in there that I was stitching on this and having a bit of trouble seeing it, and she suggested putting either a white cushion or white pieces of paper underneath, and then when you've got the light on you can just see it a lot better. So that was a lifesaver. That worked so much better for me. So I've now just been having like my planner open on my lap as I'm stitching it. It's not too bad as well because it is a really small pattern. Like I've literally done this within like 2 sit-ins, I think, and obviously we did that first part in one night, so it's not going to be too taxing on our eyes for too long. So yeah, we should hopefully have it finished pretty soon. I'm seeing the girls again in March because we're heading to London. We're going to go see Heathers the musical, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, we're going to do our final trade then, so I will have Gushan's piece to work on and I will finish that for her. So yeah, there's a possibility I might have, I will definitely have some more progress on it for, oh maybe I won't actually. We'll see, we'll see. I'll probably be able to show you, this is Gushan's piece, but we are going at the end of March, so I'm not sure how much progress I will have made, but we'll see, that's a future Beth problem. But yeah, I am really happy with how this is turning out. I think that the fabric looks beautiful. It really goes with it because it is also going to say good friends are like stars. You don't always see them to know they are there. So I think the fact that this is navy and it's got like the glitter, it is like the stars. So yeah, Really happy with this one. Okay, so I am now going to move into some haul. I mentioned earlier that there would be more on my Heaven and Earth design that I would really like to stitch, and that is part of my haul this month. I have actually bought the pattern now. I've already mentioned before what I'm going to be stitching. It is called Mini The Possibilities Evolution Rainbow, and it looks like this and it is the evolutions from Pokemon that I am going to be stitching. So I mentioned as well in my previous video, Stitch by Liz is stitching this piece, and she also posted on her Instagram story to say Heaven and Earth Design have a 50% off sale, go. So I was on that straight away, bought the pattern because I knew I was going to buy it anyway, so I might as well get a discount whilst I'm there. And yes, so I have something else to thank Liz for, because I managed to see it start to be stitched and now I've got it at a 50% discount. Liz has actually thanked me for her shout out in one of her most recent videos, but I've got to say I did not give her a sufficient enough shout out. Like, it did not deserve a thank you because I just kind of vaguely mentioned her, but she deserves a much better shout out than that. So if you haven't seen Stitch by Liz, she is a fairly new FlossTuber but has quickly become one of my favourites. She does have a similar style to me, so I think that she is interested in some quite nerdy things, so Pokemon obviously, I think I've seen some Star Wars, Harry Potter, and yeah, just a lot of stuff from that kind of nerdy culture. She seems to work on quite a lot of full coverage pieces as well, which I love to see. And she also has her husband edit her videos for her. So they're really funny. They both seem to have a lot of fun with it, and he'll kind of edit and add like little comments along the top, just making jokes. So that is definitely one to go and check out, and also follow her on Instagram because when there's a Heaven and Earth design sale, she lets you know. So yeah, definitely go and check Liz out. So going back to the pattern, I am really excited to start this one. I've already started buying the supplies. If you're unaware of Heaven and Earth designs, they tend to have a lot of different colours included. So I believe this one had 80 different colours. I put them in on my spreadsheet and I already had 40 of them, so then I've got about 40 to buy. So I made a start last month, so I think I've got about 20 here. I've not bobbinated them or anything yet. And I've bought my fabric as well. So this is a 25 count, and I've gone for the easy guide, so it's already got the grids on there for me already. And if you're unaware of this kind of fabric, it has the grids on for you, but then when you wash it, all of this grey colour will come out. But for me personally, I'm stitching full coverage anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. And I just cannot believe how small these squares are. So each square is 10 by 10, so it's 100 stitches. And if we compare that to Fellowship of the Ring, which is another piece that I gridded, like, look at the size of those squares in comparison. They are literally almost like double the size, so you could fit almost 4 of these squares into just 1 of these squares. So I'm gonna have to have good eyes to be able to do this, but I am super duper excited. I've never stitched 25 count over 1 before. So yeah, I can't believe like how, for saying how many stitches there are, this piece of fabric seems super duper small, but yes, it is super duper exciting. I managed to get this fabric from Lakeside Needlecraft, and if you weren't aware, I found it useful a couple of times now. They kind of do like, especially with Easy Guide, I don't know if it's like offcuts or I don't know, but they just have like random sizes that they sell on sale, so they're a lot cheaper. So if you are ever looking for fabric on Lakeside Needlecraft, make sure to have a look there, because quite a few times they've got quite a lot of different sizes all readily available, and they suit whatever it is that you want, and it costs a lot cheaper. So I can't remember how much this cost me, but I felt like I got a good deal. I also can't believe that I've been talking about my evolution piece without acknowledging my dress. As you can tell, I really like I really like the evolutions. And then this piece of haul that I have to show you isn't really that interesting. It's exciting because it's part of the Hello Sunshine Stitch Along, hashtag Hello Sunshine Sale 2022. I had to think about that then. But I got my fabric ready for it. So this is just a white 28 count even weave. And I'm going to be stitching over 2 on it. I did also just get 1 extra floss there. But I'm debating with this one whether to go with 2 strands or 3 strands. I can't remember if I spoke about this in my last video, but I've done all of the other Hello Trees in 2 strands, but I do prefer doing 28 count with 3 strands. So I kind of want them all to look similar, but they're never going to be next to each other anyway. So I think I want to stick with 28 count to keep them the same size, because that'll be easier for display purposes. But when it comes to the strands, it shouldn't really matter if they all look the same because I'm never going to have them out at the same time. So I am tempted to go for 3 strands for this one because I just like that coverage better. So I will probably do that, but we shall wait and see. The stitch along starts on the 1st of March. So next month I'm going to be super duper excited and I will hopefully have stitched the first part completely. And like I said earlier, if you do want to get involved, just let me know. Drop me a comment down below or let me know on Instagram. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how everybody gets on, if anybody's doing any colour changes, what fabric you've chosen. I'm just so excited to be hosting my first sale. And the last thing that I wanted to share with you is not stitching related. And I wouldn't say it's quite crafty either, but my new recent obsession has been colouring. I stumbled across a colouring video and it was actually like a horror artist. So it's not really my style. I sat in my purple dress that I've got Pokemon all over it and I'm like, yeah, the gore and stuff. But yeah, so it's not normally my style, but he is actually super duper talented. And he was basically taking colouring books and transforming them into a horror picture. So it started off with that. I found the videos really interesting. I loved his art style and was just really intrigued by it. And from that, you know how it happens. You just get down a YouTube rabbit hole and the next thing you know, you've added a whole bunch of stuff to your basket, you're getting your debit card out and you've bought all the supplies. So with that in mind, I have bought a couple of things to start my colouring. So these are adult colouring books, by the way, and it's not horror related. I feel like I didn't explain that very well. So that's how it started. It just spiraled into all sorts of different kinds of adult colouring books. And this is where I've landed now. So I am going to start doing some colouring. I'm so excited. This is the book that I've got called Worlds of Wonder by Joanna Basford. And I just love these designs. So we've got all different kinds of designs, kind of like more minimalist ones here, but you can add in whatever background you would like, or more busier pages with a lot more detail. So yeah, I am super duper excited. When I first saw it, I love that one. I think that's gorgeous. I love the stars, and I also love, like, I guess that's like the ocean. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I'll pick a couple more of my favourites. So this one, this bee one with all the flowers, I love that. I mean, there's so many that I really, really like. This one with the little mushroom house. So yeah, I'm so excited to give it a go. And when I bought this, I did also pop in just some Crayola pencils in my basket, but then the more I watched videos on it, they were talking about all the different kinds of like coloured pencils that you can get, so I did splurge a little bit and just, I mean, not too much. I think this cost about, the Crayola one was £20 and this was £30, so I spent an extra tenner, which isn't too bad. But yeah, so I bought some pencils from a company called Arteza. And yeah, I'm so excited. I've given them like a little bit of a test run already. Oh god, how am I going to show you these without them all falling out? Let's see. Pencil. I bet you're all like, yeah, Beth, we've seen pencils before. But yeah, it's like a really nice set and it's got 3 layers to it. So yeah, I gave it like a little bit of like a test colour earlier and it just just glides on like butter. There's no kind of like, you don't have to press very hard. And that is what the person who recommended these said, that if you do invest that little bit more with the pencils, it makes it a much more enjoyable experience. So I'm dead excited. I think I might show you how far I get in my next FlossTube, depending on how good it looks. If it looks terrible, then I probably won't show you. So yeah, that's my plan for next month. Obviously I'm going to be keeping along with the stitch along, and I will get plenty of stitching in. But yeah, I think it's just nice to pick up more hobbies, more other creative outlets. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. To be honest, even if you're not, I'm probably just going to talk about it anyway. But if there's like overwhelming people saying, Beth, we don't care about colouring, then maybe I'll ease off. But we'll see. And that is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you again to Alison Gushan for coming on my channel, for being in my video. Like I said earlier, there are some outtakes following this outro, so definitely give them a watch. I was laughing whilst I was editing those clips, so yeah, it was a bunch of fun. If you would like to support my channel, the best way to do that is to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and leave me a comment below. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye. Right, so everybody know what they're saying?
What? I'm singing. Get your whips. Get it. Oh, is it recording?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why she was trying to get my panic look on camera. Stop crossing your legs so we can be closer, girl.
It's not comfortable.
Just don't give a shit. Do I need to uncross my legs?
It's up to you.
That's a yes.
It would
Created
help.
a divine. Look,
Oh,
We can be
Lost it, nice
closer.
fucking hell.
So we're gonna do the 1, 2, 3 snap.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I'll go.
I
get
can't
both my
snap with
hands
this
in.
finger.
It's fine.
okay, 'cause we'll make the
It'll be a
noise.
group snap.
Yeah, it's a group.
So, and then I can go, hi, hey, it's past Beth. And then you go, hey, it's past Gushan. Hey, it's past Alice. That's that. That's your one line, Alice.
It's a lot of pressure. One job.
Past Alice. Okay, are you ready with your one line that I've given you?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Gushan. What was it?
Past
Hi,
Gushan.
it's past Gushan.
Oh.
And also, 3, 2, 1. Hi, it's past Beth.
Gushan?
Past
Past
that.
Gushan.
You can do this.
This was the whole point, that you guys wanted to be past your names.
Me? This was Goo's idea.
It's the pressure.
Cool. Is this a children's TV show?
You got dungarees on. And
Who wants to sing a song?
that's all I scripted, so.
No, I want to sing the cross stitch song. You got a gear, you got a whips. What's the song?
I don't think that's in it.
No, what's the song?
I sent it in the chat. Go.
Oh, okay.
I didn't actually save it.
She didn't say it.
Yeah, I literally don't know what to say.
Yo ho ho. This is why I don't do.
Yo! Oh my god. She's like a
Yo.
kettle. She's like a kettle.
A kettle.
Yeah, you're whistling. Like,
That's not whistling.
You're wheezing.
I said yo ho ho. How is that whistling?
and then you started
No, after it,
laughing.
Oh. They can just.
Get your flask out for the left.
That's it! That's
I
not in
don't know the
it.
words.
That's not in it though. That's the bit I was...
It is.
The bit in green.
The chorus. Go.
Get your floss out for the lads. Pellets up, hoop in hand. Press play, wear away. It's time to stitch, bitch. You gotta stitch, bitch. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yay!
With no context. So it just goes, hi,
It's the intro to the video.
it's past Beth, past Q, past Alice. And then you just do that.
Get your floss out for the lads.
Shall I just go?
What? Where are you going?
See ya.
I was like, where's she going?
Going home. Shall I just start talking?
Oh yeah, if you want.
Where am I supposed to look?
At me?
In the camera.
Do I just stare
in the
at
lens?
it?
Do I just...
Yes.
I don't know. Hi, my name's Beth. Welcome to my channel.
You talk and I will mime.
Okay. Hi, my name's welcome to this FlossTube. Look at you. Thanks for being here. Today I'm gonna talk to you about cross stitch.
This is going great.
Here's a whip parade.
That is how I think you should do it, like just sort of going past the camera.
What, so we all run round?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's what I think a whip parade should be. I think there should be pizzazz.
On my next whip parade, that's what I'll do.
Bit pizzazz.
With like a song and yeah.
Get your flowers out.
I was trying to do the Princess Di things, you know, when she does that.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't really work because you
okay.
can see me through the fabric.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk now, yeah?
Yeah, what are you going to say?
I don't know. I don't always know what I'm gonna say though, so I just
Go for
wing
it.
it. Okay.
Was that out of tune? The click.
A little bit.
Out of
don't
tune. It's
matter.
not a tune.
Don't matter.
We didn't do it all at the same pitch. Sorry, I wanted a C sharp.
Okay, is that right?
Yeah.
It's your video.
What's that? Yeah.
End recording.
I'm just not clicking on this one. I'm like, are you clicking on both? God, how? Why can't I do it? Wait, look, listen.
Don't know, mate.
You got practice. Keep practicing.
Anyway, I'll turn the camera off now.
Well, you don't want this.
I'm keeping that in.